Hi, in this short presentation, let us try and understand what is rainwater harvesting and the need for it. Simply put, rainwater harvesting is catching rain where it falls. This can be done in two ways. Places where the frequency of rainfall is low, rainwater harvesting can be used to recharge the groundwater. On the other hand, places where the frequency of rainfall is high, that is where rain occurs throughout the year, rainwater can be stored in underground tanks for immediate use. Now the question can be, why do rainwater harvesting at all? Well, we should do rainwater harvesting because fresh water is a scarce resource, and we know that life depends on fresh water. Come to think of it, rainfall is the only source of pure fresh water. All rivers, lakes, ponds, whatever water we see and use depends on rain to sustain itself. No rain, no water. Let us try and analyze the sources of life-sustaining fresh water. We all know that only 3% of all water is fresh water. The rest of the 97% water is saline and is primarily available in the seas and oceans. Of the 3% fresh water, 79% is locked up in ice caps and is not readily available for use. 20% of the 3% fresh water is in the underground aquifers and is available as groundwater. And only 0.5% of the fresh water is available in rivers, lakes, and ponds. As we can see, groundwater is available in much larger quantity than other sources of fresh water. Also, it is much easier to access groundwater than, say, water from a river. Groundwater is evenly distributed across geographies. It needs least amount of treatment compared to other sources of water. Groundwater is cheapest to source and supply. Recharging groundwater is possible. And one very interesting and noteworthy feature of groundwater is the control over its usage. It is the only source of water that is beneath our own feet, a source of water that no interstate rivalry can take away from you. As mentioned earlier, recharge of groundwater is possible. This is done by rainwater harvesting. It helps by creating local underground water reserves. Additionally, rainwater harvesting helps improve water quality of tube wells. It also helps save costs of water treatment and supply. And all this helps create water security. Let us take the city of Delhi as an example to understand the importance of rainwater harvesting in more detail. Delhi has a high pressure of population that needs water for everyday use. As on the date of creation of this presentation, the population of Delhi is about 18.5 million or 1.85 crores. Delhi has a very high dependence on surface water sourced from outside the city limits, from Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. It may be noted that 45% of Delhi's water supply is groundwater that is sourced from within Delhi. This groundwater reserve in Delhi is fast running out because approximately 3 lakh tube wells draw water out every day. The city is highly concretized. This results in very low natural recharge of the groundwater during rainy season. Most of the water flows out of Delhi through its many drains. As the groundwater level depletes, it results in increasing salinity of the groundwater. Do you know that 906 billion liters of water rains in Delhi every year, year after year? If we could catch it and store it underground, we can ourselves solve Delhi's water problem. Let us try and figure out the magic of rainwater harvesting by using some numbers. As I had said earlier, the population of Delhi as on date is about 1 crore 85 lakhs. If we take the water requirement per person per day to be 130 liters, the total annual water requirement would work out to population multiplied by 130 liters into 365 liters, which is about 878 billion liters of water. Let us see how much water Delhi receives by way of rain. The total area of Delhi is 1,485 square kilometers. The average annual rainfall in Delhi is about 610 millimeters. So, if we calculate the total water that is received by Delhi through rain every year, it works out to 1485 into 1000 because it is 1485 square kilometers multiplied by 0.61 meters, which is 906 billion liters of water. So in effect, Delhi receives more water through rain than its requirement for the entire year. We are not saying that Delhi can catch and harvest this entire rain and become 100% self-sufficient. There would be losses by way of evaporation and absorption by the surface on which the rain falls. However, even if we harvest 60% or so of this rain, the city of Delhi can become water secure to a large extent. The same is true for every locality, village, town, and city. Rainwater harvesting has many more benefits. It not only recharges the groundwater reservoirs and helps communities become water secure, but also helps protect water bodies, ponds, and rivers. We will talk about that some other time. For now, let us resolve to make rainwater harvesting a national movement. Let us resolve that we will not let even one drop of rainwater to flow out of our locality through drains. Let us resolve that we will catch and harvest every drop of rainwater for our today and our children's tomorrow. Remember, rain is the only source of water.